Americans do not respect nature. Bit of a chin scratcher, that one.
That's the most stupid one. Americans don't respect nature. Did you guys ever saw all the national parks in America? Come on, oh my god, America is such a great country that all of the stereotypes I'm seeing here, my friends, okay, some I may believe, but most of them are BS.
According to the WDPA, the US currently has 34,000 protected areas covering a total of more than 1.8 million square miles.
Scottish guy debunks 10 American stereotypes. My friends, I'm super excited for this one, but before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. By the way, I love Sean. Show him some support. That said, well, split.
Patriotism, fast food, and science. In today's episode, I'm talking all about American stereotypes. That's coming right up after this.
Oh boy. Okay, let's do it.
Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Sean. I am a YouTuber from Edinburgh in Scotland, and in today's episode I'm talking all about American stereotypes. Why am I talking about American stereotypes? Well, 3 years ago, exactly this coming weekend, I was invited by the United States Embassy to London on an Exploring American Values tour of America, and that trip changed my life. It made me realise just how deep of a connection Scottish people, and people from the UK in general, have with America, how many similarities we have, and you know what, I just had such a great time. And
oh friends, this is basically my dream. Can you imagine me getting a call of the Portuguese government? Yeah? André, you have to go to America. We have to put Portuguese culture in America a bit stronger. Say no more. Okay, bye.
You know what? The world is a crazy
I know that's very unlikely. It's actually impossible.
place right now. There's a lot of divisions, and with this virus going on, it's just things are tense. And I think it's always good to bring people closer together, and that's what I hope to do on this channel right here. So, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. It is great to see you here, and if you're new to my channel, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below.
Do it for me also,
and then
my friends.
You will not miss anything. Like I said, 3 years ago exactly, on Memorial Day
Actually, two things. Great shirt, and this thing about subscribers. My friends, the other day I was seeing the numbers. It's almost 80% of the members that watch the videos are not subscribers. I was kinda disappointed, my friends. Not you, I know you are subscribed, but 80%? What?
2017, I went with the United States Embassy to London on an Exploring American Values tour. Since that trip, I have travelled around the United States, not to everywhere yet. There's a lot of places I really want to go. A lot of places I've yet to go. People who watch this channel have made lots of comments saying, oh, I need to come to this place, and that place, and I will make it to all the places you guys have suggested at some point.
So, my friends, this is actually something that I also want to talk. So, since I started this channel, of course, the channel ended up growing, I would say a decent amount, and I get messages or emails every day about places that I have to visit in America, and at this point, it's just a mess in my head. I believe I go New York, Texas, and the third state, like I explained a couple of times. But the third state is getting really difficult because I'm a bit lost.
Point or another, it will happen once this.
Sorry, actually, I believe you need like 10 years full time to discover America. Yeah.
This whole virus situation disappears. And I can't wait, guys, for it to be over so I can come back to America. It's going to happen soon, hopefully this year. Fingers crossed, all my fingers and all my toes crossed that I can come back to America this year.
Spoiler, he went back to America.
Because I absolutely loved it. And like I said, there's just so many things that we have as a connection between Scotland and America. And I want to share them. I want to celebrate them right here on my channel. So this video and my opinions in this video is done based on all my travels to America and all the many American people who watch my channel. It's amazing. I love this dialogue with you guys. And all the people I meet in Scotland as well who travel from the States to come and visit my country. I've met a lot of people, I spoke to a lot of Americans, and I kind of had a good opinion on this. But I think it needs updating because I've done a similar video to this down below. And I'm going to put a link down below to the playlist of all the kind of cultural connections between Scotland and America that I've found, the videos that I've done on this subject. Go and check them out and watch through. You might enjoy some of them. Some of them relate to very specific states and all that kind of stuff. And that is why I'm covering this in today's video. A bit of a renewal because so much has happened since the last time I came. This whole virus thing has just thrown the whole world into absolute chaos. Everybody's just throwing insults left, right, and centre, and I think we need to cool it. And like I said, let's bring people
Dude, sorry, but the COVID time was a crazy time.
together and like get a bit of a better understanding of the whole world. So here it is. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing my top 10 learnings about stereotypes of America, and some of them will be agreeing with and some I won't be, but it's a bit of a debunking of all those stereotypes, going through them one by one. And I'm going to be saving my favourite until the end, so you're going to want to hang on in until the very end. Number 1, Americans are very patriotic. Okay, this one...
This is beautiful, my friends.
It's interesting because I actually agree Americans are very patriotic. And it stemmed like my very first trip to America was on Memorial Day, which is obviously a very important day to Americans. So when I was about there in my first few days, you saw flags flying everywhere. And I just absolutely loved it. I think this is a true stereotype. Americans are very patriotic and proud of their country. And why not? I mean, I can't really say anything. I've got a Scotland flag up there behind me. You know, I've got the t-shirt that my friend Diane sent me as well. Americans are patriotic. You guys are, and I really, really love it about you, because when I've been there, you know, it doesn't matter which kind of side of politics you're on. It doesn't matter, you know, what you believe in. There's a lot of people with different beliefs in America, and everybody from both sides are, I would say, patriotic. A lot of people are. I would absolutely love to live in America. Like I'm telling you, I promise you, if someone will sponsor me a visa and enable that visa process, I am 100% there. That is the only thing stopping me.
Okay, actually, I have to talk about this, my friends, because this is a question I kind of get, I would say, a good amount. André, if you could, you would live in America. This may surprise you, my friends, but the answer is no. And let me explain you why. I actually love Portugal. And even if America is probably my second favorite country in the world, I mean, I was born here, so I would love to visit America multiple times. That's 100%. And even meet a lot of you, to be honest, because I think this computer stuff needs to go to the real world at one point. But do you guys understand me? Or I don't know, I feel like some people may get offended when I say that I would not like to live in America, even if I love America. You know what I mean? Because I think both things can be true. I bet a lot of you guys may love, for example, Japan, France, Germany, I don't know. Other countries that you also have some type of... that you are fascinated by, like I am with the United States of America. But at the end of the day, you may still prefer to live in the country you are born. And I have all my friends and family here. So I just wanted to say this because sometimes I believe people think I would love to live in America. And that's not the case. I love America, but I like to live in my country.
As a visa, I will come and live in America.
That makes sense, right, my friend?
Right? There's a lot of amazing things about America, and a lot of people know that. It is a great...
And let me say one thing, just because if he wants to live in America, I mean, that's his decision. I'm just sharing mine.
Great place to live, a lot of amazing things going for it. And then you have the whole thing about freedom coming in. And you know what, with all that and the reason I want to live there, it makes it a great place. And why not celebrate that with a bit of patriotism? I think it was a really cool thing that I saw in America. People are patriotic.
No. André, would you like to live 2 years or 3 in America? That's a different story. Send me the visa.
And why not? Number 2, another one that I kind of agree with. Americans are loud. That is part of the reason why I love Americans. To be honest with you guys, whenever I come to the States, I have such a great time because there's lots of people coming up to you, talking to you in the street with no fears or inhibitions and giving you their opinions and stuff. I think it's really, really cool. I like it, right? But the thing is, I meet a lot of loud people on my travels around the world. Italian people are loud. Spanish people are pretty loud. My wife and her family are from Brazil, and let me tell you, they're pretty loud as well. Americans are in that lot of people who are not the quietest in the world, and who cares? It's something I absolutely love about America. And let me tell you something, it is far better being loud than so quiet and boring that you can't even say anything out of place.
100% to agree with him on this one. Americans are loud. I mean, on the comment section, I don't hear anything, but maybe you guys are loud to be fair, but I don't care. You guys are amazing people from what I've been interacting.
Like a lot of places in Northern Europe are. Where was I last year? I was somewhere last year, the year before, where everything was silent, people are quiet, they don't speak to you, and I was just bored. That's not my vibe. I like people who are outgoing, and that is why I love America. We could equally say people in some European countries are too quiet. Number 3, Americans are all obese. This is a bizarre one, right?
This is stupid.
And I know that every country has got like a lot of people from all different sizes and shapes and whatever, right? But in America, one thing I will say is, maybe the numbers will say different, but one thing I'll say is I have never seen so many absolutely busting out the seams fit people in my life as I have in the States, no matter which.
Well, friends, I was watching a video about Miami and I saw men without shirts there. Well, friends, let me say one thing. Those are the most incredible guys I ever saw. I felt like, if I go to America, I cannot take out my shirt. It's too embarrassing, Maybe there is obese people, of course, but like he's saying, man, I was watching the woman, oh, look amazing. I was like, holy, these people work out.
Which place I went, Texas, North Carolina, Florida certainly, and even New York, there were people everywhere were super fit. In fact, I had never seen so many fit people in my life as when I was in America. And I kind of felt a little bit ashamed going about. And let me tell you something else. The UK is one of the most unhealthy places in the world in terms of developed countries. And Scotland is the worst of the worst. We're the sick man of Europe,
really?
essentially. People here have got no right of saying that about Americans when our health is really, really bad. So that's something I find interesting. I mean, I know there are numbers that kind of back things up, but like I said, I have never seen so many people who are health conscious as I have in America. Number 4, Americans are not intelligent. Eh?
Come on, this is so dumb. Because some of the best minds in the world, some of the best companies are all, this makes no sense, honestly.
What?
But to be honest, some people believe this, by the way. I know Europeans that believe this, real talk, and it's crazy them,
What? This one is so bizarre, I just don't understand it, but it always makes these lists of stereotypes of Americans not intelligent. I find this crazy because, like I said, I've met a lot of American people, when I was traveling in the States and in the UK and, on planes and different destinations in the world, and I've had lots of really in-depth discussions with American people about a range of topics, and people I've always come across as very intelligent. In fact, like on the Uber, for example, on Uber rides in America, I've had some really great, deep conversations with people. And let me just say something else. In America, a lot of the technology I use to basically keep my whole life going, the phone that I do absolutely everything on, my laptop, which basically puts these whole vlogs together, they are American designed. America has some amazing technology platforms that I use every single day, and I would be lost without them. So it cannot be.
Honestly, when I know I'm talking about Europeans, I will not talk about other nations, but when Europeans tend to have these stereotypes about Americans, I really believe is us trying to not see something that is very obvious, that Europe is quite behind America at this point. And it's easier to go with a stereotype to make, honestly, I feel like maybe some Europeans really believe, but it's almost a joke that Americans are them in the sense that, of course, they are not. You know what I'm trying to say? But just look at how the world end up developing with specific in technology, for example, with America is crazy.
True that America is an unintelligent nation based on all the things that it's achieved in technology alone. Number 5, Americans are way too happy and cheerful. This is just, people are crazy, right? That's the thing. People out there are crazy to say that because, and actually, yeah, Americans are very happy and cheerful. That's one thing I will say. Every time I've been there, like, arrived at the airport, some guy who I'd never met before jumped to me and said, "Let me take your bag down the stairs for you, no problem." Lots of happy people. Wherever I've went, I've always met smiling people who are cheerful and really kind of positive. And I love that. It made me kind of feel energized. It made me feel positive. Maybe I was having a bad day as well, and people just cheered me up. Why is that a bad thing? Now, I know there are people who say, it's something to do with the kind of pretentiousness of it all, but I generally find that people I've met who have been really positive in America are just generally positive people. It's not like...
I mean, I never went to America, but I also feel this in my, in my community.
Kind of pretentious whatsoever. So I find this a really, really strange one. And like, think of the alternative. People are just miserable all the time. Truthful, miserable, boring people. That's not good anywhere. But it exists. If you go around the world, you find people who are really, really boring. Americans are not like that. And I love it. 6, Americans don't respect science. What is going on?
Wow, I mean, come on. Where the hell Sean end up finding those stereotypes?
on here. This one is crazy. I went myself to a NASA Space Center. It was incredible. NASA put man on the moon for the first time ever and has achieved so much in science over the years in America with various different things that are going on. It is one of the leading countries in the world in terms of...
Come on, saying that Americans don't like science is the same as saying Cristiano Ronaldo does not like soccer. André, what are you talking about? One of the best players? No, okay, but you guys get it, right?
Pharmaceuticals and a lot of other amazing...
He's saying that Tom Brady does not like football or something either.
...in scientific industry, that this one is absolutely crazy. How can a country that doesn't respect science have done so much and achieved so much? That's what I want to know, right? It's a crazy, crazy stereotype, this. Even now, with this whole coronavirus thing, America's at the forefront of helping to develop a vaccine. Who knows where that will lead? We don't know. But there's a lot of really clever, intelligent people thinking about it right now. So that is one. I'm going to debunk, cross it off the list. Let's remove some of these off the list forever. Number 7, American.
Okay, before we go to the number 7, my friends, there is a couple of things we have to talk about. One thing, I don't care about those stereotypes, as you guys are aware. I love America. The second thing, and this is a shameless play, but could you follow me on Instagram, please, my friends? The reason I've been promoting Instagram a bit more is I will start posting stuff there about my potential trip to America next year. And I will also put content that end up getting removed from YouTube for multiple reasons, sometimes copy strikes, stuff like that, basically. So follow me on Instagram, please. André, I don't have Instagram, okay? No worries. There is also a Facebook link that I basically put the same things on both places. But yeah.
Americans are inconsiderate. This...
Wait, what? Sorry.
Forever. Number 7, Americans are... inconsiderate. This, I'm going to tell you right...
I don't even know that word, so this is... no.
...off is ludicrous, right? Americans I've met, and I know, and like the thousands of people watch my channel interact with, so many considerate people that I can't even believe that I've been so lucky to meet so many great, happy, nice people that have helped me out. Now last year, I was invited by a family of people to their holiday retreat log cabin with them to North Carolina. Big shout out to Diane and her family. It was such an amazing experience, but these people were so considerate and so helpful and thoughtful of me and my experience in their place. They wanted me to enjoy it, and I had such a great time. People were so considerate, and I get messages almost on a daily basis from people in America saying, come to my house, we've got a spare room, we want to show you around, we want to take time out of our busy schedule to show you around our country. And I just think if Americans are inconsiderate, like the stereotype says, that would not happen. So this is just absurd, and like, no way. Americans are some of the most considerate people I've been fortunate enough to meet.
Okay, now I understand what he's trying to say. I agree. I mean, come on, Americans are amazing. And by the way, let's leave a like for American people, because that was actually a really nice story.
So ridiculous, this one. Number 8, Americans do not respect nature. Bit of a chin scratcher, that one.
That's the most stupid one. Americans don't respect nature. Did you guys ever saw all the national parks in America? Come on, oh my god, America is such a great country that all of the stereotypes I'm seeing here, my friends, okay, some I may believe, but most of them are BS.
Considering the fact that in America, and I'm going to read off a script here, these are facts that cannot be disputed on the internet, according to the WDPA, the US currently has 34,000 protected areas covering a total of more than 1.8 million square miles. That is a lot of land, and I dare say it's probably more than an entire landmass of the UK put together. A lot of land in America is dedicated to nature and wildlife. Oh, yeah. So how can America not respect nature? In fact, some of the greatest nature experiences I've had ever have been in America. Like I said, I went...
No, but for real, my friends, where the hell Sean ended up finding this list, with all the respect? I love him, great content, but this one, no one says that. Americans do not respect nature. What? Saying, for example, that all Americans have guns, yeah, that stereotype is everywhere. Or the obese thing, okay, that's everywhere. But this one...
Went to the bayou in New Orleans. It was incredible. Loved it. What a unique experience. The nature you guys have around your country. Florida. And then up in the northwest, in the woods and the mountains and all that kind of stuff. You've got nature that is unbelievable on your doorstep. And then you've got the desert in the south. Snowy in the north, the nature you have, the animals you have, so diverse, so unique. I absolutely love it. And I've done a couple of videos on that on my channel, and the links are down below if you want to go and check them out. Number 9, Americans do not travel. Come again? What? Eh? Right.
Okay, this one, you know what? I'm gonna go with the stereotype for one reason. Hear me out. Maybe, okay, so, André, did you ever went to Spain? Of course. Spain is right there. You know, is right there. Can you guys may not see it, but it's just right there. Because, you know, we are a small country. It's quite easier to go, me from Portugal to go to Spain than you guys from, it's not even comparable, from Texas even to California. And this is not even the crazy, I could do much more extreme examples. So, in America, traveling, I assume, is completely different, and every state is basically a country. So, come on.
So, in my travel...
So, because of that, I would say maybe Americans, they stay in America because there is so much to discover. Is basically finding different countries, going to other states.
Travels around the world, and you know, I've been to a few places the last few years. I would say Americans are second to top of all the nations of people I've met on my travels. Second only to Chinese people, but Americans are definitely second in that list of people that I meet on my travels. I meet a lot of Americans when I'm out and about. And here's the next thing as well, which has been absolutely amazing for my home country, Scotland, is the fact that Scotland's tourism boom over the last 2 or 3 years has been driven mostly by Americans. You know, and now coronavirus is kind of put a whole spanner in the works, but we had to launch daily flights from Edinburgh and Glasgow direct to various different cities in America over the last few years because we couldn't keep up with demand just on the flying alone. Most people who are coming to Scotland, the biggest group is Americans, and I think that is just absolutely amazing. I love it. So, like, the fact that Americans don't travel, I find really, really crazy. Number 10 ties that theme off. Americans are ignorant of the world, apparently, in some universe. But like I said, I meet so many Americans on my travels. Wherever I go, and let me tell you, I have...
My friends, I have to say this, I don't relate with any of this, honestly. And I guess you guys know me, but yeah, no chance. Yeah, I hope you know, when I react to this type of stuff, sometimes people get mad because they think I'm the one that is, for some reason, defending. No, my friends, not at all. I'm in shock like you.
I've learned a lot from conversations with Americans about different places in the world, but even further than that, to kind of really refute this and just blow it out of the park, a nice little American phrase for you guys there. Whenever I speak to Americans about Scotland, most Americans know more historical Scottish facts than I do about my own history and my own culture. Wow. In fact, so many Americans have taught me about my own history and culture. How could that be from an ignorant people when they travel? That's just impossible, right? All of the things I know, in fact, I have learned about a very specific time period in history. The Jacobites, the Jacobite Rebellion, I had no idea about that period in Scottish history. I learned it because an American author, Diana Gabaldon, was so audacious to write about that time period and turn it into a fiction novel series, turned into a TV series, but it was started by an American. And like so many people who come to Scotland know so much about the history, more than people who are educated in Scotland, which is kind of crazy, right? But that's truth. People from America know a lot about the places they go and travel and take a real interest.
This is true. You know, you guys know the channel Mark's Walter's World or something. It's basically the guy that have the Don'ts of America, the Don'ts of Chicago, those type of videos. I saw a video of him about Lisbon. My friends, he knows more about Lisbon than me. I'm not joking. I feel like he knows more about Portugal than me.
In my opinion, and what I've found, and I think it's absolutely incredible, are really ridiculous. I think a lot of these stereotypes are just really untrue. Stereotypes in general are dangerous, no matter which country we're talking about in the world.
I agree.
There's a lot of stereotypes, and usually they're not true. Certainly ones about America I find to be not true, and I wanted to update this list. In the year 2020, when so much is going on, like I say, a lot of division, but let's pull people together on things that we can agree with. What do you say about that? And it's been great to speak to you about this. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please let me know.
Please leave some comments for me also,
and guys, don't forget, a lot of these videos appear early to my Patreon members. If you are not a Patreon member, please go and check it out. The link is www.patreon.com/SeanVlog. Patreon is a platform where...
Okay, my friends, show him all the support. I thought this was a really cool video. Like I said, I don't agree with most of the stuff. I would say, for example, the loud thing, maybe true. you know, real talk. But apart from that, you know, and I don't know, my friends. But yeah, it's always fun to watch this. I hope you also had some fun. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.